So what's good with y'all? My name is Keith, and you can follow me on all platforms at Keith Can Code. And I just wanted to hop on here and just talk about a hot topic right now, and that's using ChatGPT. So a few months ago, I think they dropped version 3.5, and everybody in the industry was talking about it. You know, it's going to replace our jobs. I'm personally a software engineer, so I know a lot of people at work were talking about it. They were fearful of it. So I just wanted to hop in and just learn it for myself because I figure, hey, tech is forever changing. So either you're going to get with the times or you're going to get left behind. And my conclusion from using it is it's a ways away from taking anybody's job, but it's a very useful tool that you should be utilizing if you're a developer. So yeah, let's hop into the project. So I had ChatGPT first create a list of all these different tech brands that I can reach out to, give me their contact information, their email, their website, just stuff like that. Then I had ChatGPT write an email for me that I can send to the tech brands. And the third part of the project is I had ChatGPT actually create an app that would send the emails out for me, but dynamically change like the name of the company, just who it's addressed to, just different things in the body of the email. So yeah, if we take a look, this is the actual email that was sent out. And again, ChatGPT wrote the email for me. Very simple. I included a couple of links to some reels that I created. And then the cool thing and the most important thing that I really wanted in the email, I wanted to attach my media kit. This is just a very simple 2-page PDF, but I wanted it embedded into the body of the email. I didn't want them to have to click open anything. As soon as you open the email, I wanted my media kit right there. So in this tab, this is the app that ChatGPT came up with, and it's very simple. I mean, it doesn't look too cool, but it does everything I needed to do. So I have a list of emails that I put in, a list of company names. I only have one subject for all the emails, and then I have a body for the emails that I'm going to send out. Then I have image one and image two. Those are the two PDFs that I wanted embedded into the emails that I send out. So it's super simple. I put in a bunch of different emails and a bunch of company names that match the emails, and the app will dynamically change each email for each company name that I put in. Hope that makes any sense. And then also in the body of the email, wherever I reference the company name, I wanted that to change dynamically as well. So let's take a look at the actual prompt for ChatGPT that I used. So I will say that this isn't the original prompt that I made. So it's damn near the same, but I didn't initially tell it to use Python and Django. That's something that ChatGPT recommended. I personally don't know Python. I've never really, I've kind of had experience with it back in when I took a Harvard CS50 course to use some Python, but I'm not a Python developer by no means. And I damn near forgot everything that I did in Harvard CS50. That was back in 2019. So yeah, this was a brand new experience for me. But even though I don't know Python, I was able to get the app made, and I just used ChatGPT. So I started the prompt off by saying, hey, this is what I'm looking to do. I want to automate a task. I like to use Python and Django. Again, I got that from the previous prompt that I put in. But yeah, I just went along and gave it all the requirements. Hey, I want to put in company names separated by line along with email addresses. Just told it about how I wanted everything to be dynamic. The same subject line would be used for every email. I gave it some formatting for the body of the email. And then I told it about the pictures or the PDFs that I wanted embedded into the email. That was probably the most important thing that I wanted out of the actual app. I wanted the pictures embedded into the email. So yeah, after the prompt, press enter, ChatGPT start doing its thing, start telling me everything that I needed for the project, how to install Django, how to create a new Django project, all the files that I needed to set up for the project. It gave me all the code that I need to put in the files, told me how to arrange everything. It was just very specific on what I need to do. And because I'm not a Python developer, I definitely needed the guidance. So yeah, just working with this very simple app, I think ChatGPT is a ways away from taking our jobs as everybody thinks, just because there was a whole bunch of errors in this very simple project. But anytime I had an error, I put it right back into ChatGPT, and we kind of collaborated in a way to, get a final result. So this is one of the errors. When I was pressing a button, I would receive this specific error. And then ChatGPT told me to, basically it was an error with the attachments, and the error came from the first initial code that ChatGPT gave me. So it's not always going to be perfect. And just by putting the error right back into it, it can see what it did wrong and it can fix itself. So to be real, there were a ton of different errors. I kept feeding the errors right back to ChatGPT. Because most of the time, honestly, I had no idea what was wrong because I didn't write the code. I don't really know Python like that. So I didn't even know what I was really looking for. So I kind of had to depend on ChatGPT to fix itself. So after getting error after error, telling ChatGPT to fix things and spitting it right back into it, more errors, error, tons of errors. I can keep scrolling for like, it's so many errors in this thing. And for a while, it was getting a little bit, I don't know, I was getting a little frustrated because I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I had an idea for a project. I told ChatGPT what to do, but it wasn't giving me the right code. And because I didn't have experience in a specific programming language, I really didn't know what I was looking for or how to fix it. But eventually, I think, well, I can't put it all on ChatGPT. Sometimes I wasn't asking the right questions. I wasn't writing the right prompts. So just by doing this very simple project, I definitely learned a lot about, what I should be asking ChatGPT. What specific things should I tell ChatGPT, or what should I leave out of my prompts? And I learned that probably the biggest piece is don't try to give ChatGPT way too much at one time. Segment the app into smaller pieces and then have ChatGPT try to combine things. At least that's what I think. I don't think that you should try to give it in one prompt, 50 things that you want it to do. Go one by one and just have it build upon the previous code that it gave you. So I'm at the end of the ChatGPT kind of conversation or whatever you call it, and this was the last thing that I had to get done. I was having some issues with the styling of the email itself. Some of the colors are coming up weird. Things weren't. I just wanted black text. Things were coming up white, and all these different things. And the problem was different emailing clients have different rules for things. So the code didn't operate the same, or the app didn't operate the same across all the different email platforms. One of the things that I wanted and I struggled with was I wanted the images of the email to be perfectly in the center. I think on Gmail, they weren't really centered. They were like to the left a little bit, but that was one of the only email clients that I had that problem with. So I think in AOL, they were sending the emails to the junk folder. So I had to kind of maneuver that and how I was approaching attaching. I think their email system has a weird thing with images, and the way I was putting the images in the email, it was marking it as spam or junk. So yeah, I had to collaborate with ChatGPT to fix that. But overall, I really love this experience. I learned so much about Python in general just using ChatGPT to make this app. Even though I didn't write anything at all, I definitely learned. So my biggest takeaway is you should be leveraging ChatGPT to enhance your development process. It can tell you how to do certain things. If you're confused about something, you can just give the code, or if you're getting errors in something, you can just give that error to ChatGPT instead of having to Google things and you're on Stack Overflow trying to figure this problem out. Use ChatGPT. See what ChatGPT says. Give that error to ChatGPT, and it may fix it for you. But again, it's a long ways from being perfect, so it's going to take a little bit of collaboration to get the final product that you want. So I hope this video sparks some ideas for you. What can you do with ChatGPT? What can you use it for? And in the comments, I want to know what you've been doing with ChatGPT. Are you just using it for email writing? Are you just using it for copywriting? Or are you trying to build apps with it? Hey, just let me know, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.